Have you ever paused to ponder what life would look like without a central figure of worship? Imagine navigating your existence without the notion of a God watching over you, responding to your prayers, or granting your wishes. Picture a belief system where the quest for personal growth and inner peace takes precedence over the rituals of devotion to a deity. Welcome to the fascinating world of Buddhism, a spiritual path embraced by over 500 million people worldwide, yet profoundly different from many religions that revolve around a singular, omnipotent God. In today's exploration, we will dive deep into the intriguing mystery behind Buddhism's absence of a creator deity and unveil the profound implications this has for its followers and their spiritual journeys. To appreciate why Buddhism diverges from theistic traditions, we must first examine what God signifies in various faiths. In Western religions, such as Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, God is typically portrayed as an all-powerful, all-knowing being who created the universe and governs it. This deity is viewed as the ultimate source of morality, salvation, and the afterlife. Worshipping this God is central to these faiths, creating a framework in which believers seek a personal relationship with the divine, hoping for guidance, support, and salvation. In sharp contrast, Buddhism offers a distinctly different perspective. Instead of centering on a supreme being, it places emphasis on individual spiritual awakening, ethical living, and mental discipline. This naturally leads to a critical question. How did Buddhism evolve to develop such a unique outlook? How do practitioners derive meaning and purpose in life without adhering to the belief in a God? Buddhism emerged in the 5th century BCE in ancient India, a period dominated by Hinduism and various polytheistic traditions. These religions featured a rich pantheon of gods and goddesses, each overseeing different facets of existence, from fertility to war, and from knowledge to death. Yet, the historical figure of Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha, opted for a radically different path. Born into luxury and privilege, he chose to renounce his comfortable life in pursuit of enlightenment, a deeper understanding of existence, and a solution to the pervasive nature of suffering. Through his extensive quest, the Buddha uncovered a profound truth. No external deity could bestow enlightenment or liberate humans from the cycles of suffering. Instead, he taught that suffering originates from human ignorance, desire, and attachment. The path to liberation lies not in the worship of gods, but in personal transformation achieved through ethical conduct, meditation, and the cultivation of wisdom. While Buddhism does not promote belief in a creator God, it acknowledges the existence of various deities and supernatural beings, particularly within Mahayana and Tibetan Buddhist traditions. However, these beings are not viewed as omnipotent. Rather, they are seen as celestial entities or forces that exist within the cycle of samsara, the continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. In some Buddhist traditions, these gods may be regarded as helpful beings who can assist practitioners during specific situations. Yet they lack the ability to offer ultimate salvation or enlightenment. That responsibility lies solely with the individual. The Buddha himself discouraged reliance on gods for spiritual progress, famously responding to a disciple's inquiry about the gods by stating that such questions are irrelevant to the ultimate goal of liberation from suffering. Another significant reason for the absence of a belief in God among Buddhists ties directly to the very nature of Buddhist teachings. The Buddha's approach to spirituality was empirical and pragmatic. He encouraged his followers to question everything, even his own teachings, and to rely on personal experiences and insights rather than blind faith in unseen forces. Central to Buddhism are the core tenets such as dukkha, the reality of suffering; tanha, the cause of suffering stemming from craving; nirvana, the cessation of suffering; and the Eightfold Path, the means to end suffering. These concepts are tangible realities that can be observed, understood, and experienced without invoking a deity. A pivotal doctrine in Buddhism is anatta, often translated as no self or non-self. This teaching asserts that there is no permanent, unchanging self or soul. Everything is in a constant state of flux. Clinging to a fixed identity, be it our ego, our desires, or our material possessions, only leads to suffering. The belief in a God often suggests an eternal soul that maintains a connection to the divine, which directly contradicts the Buddhist understanding of impermanence and the concept of non-self. Thus, the traditional notion of God simply does not fit into the framework of Buddhist philosophy. Many individuals view Buddhism as more of a philosophy than a religion due to its practical, non-theistic approach. While conventional religious practices often include prayers and rituals dedicated to a deity, Buddhists focus on mindfulness, meditation, and ethical living as transformative practices. This perspective empowers individuals by teaching that they are responsible for their own awakening and liberation. In this context, enlightenment does not require divine intervention. Rather, it arises from cultivating wisdom, compassion, and inner peace. This focus on personal responsibility and self-transformation resonates with many, drawing individuals to Buddhism, even those who have been raised in faiths centered around a deity. It's crucial to note that the absence of belief in a God does not imply that Buddhists lack spiritual depth or profound teachings. On the contrary, the teachings of the Buddha have inspired millions throughout history to lead lives characterized by peace, compassion, and wisdom. The fundamental idea that true happiness and freedom originate from within, rather than from external sources, is a powerful message that encourages self-reflection, compassion towards others, and an understanding of the interconnectedness of all life. Buddhists embrace universal truths, such as the law of karma, the principle that every action has consequences, and the potential for every being to achieve enlightenment. They do not outright reject the existence of gods. Instead, they assert that reliance on gods will not lead to genuine liberation. For Buddhists, the path to enlightenment is an internal journey that demands personal effort, mindfulness, and ethical living. While this may seem foreign to those raised in monotheistic cultures, Buddhism presents a deeply fulfilling spiritual path grounded in wisdom, compassion, and the realization that every individual holds the potential to achieve enlightenment. This journey does not depend on divine beings. It hinges on our own capacity for transformation. In many ways, the Buddhist approach to spirituality offers a refreshing alternative to traditional religions. It invites practitioners to explore their inner worlds, encouraging them to confront their desires, fears, and attachments. This self-exploration is not always easy, but it is a vital part of the journey towards understanding and overcoming suffering. Another fascinating aspect of Buddhism is the emphasis on community, or Sangha. While personal practice is crucial, the communal aspect of Buddhism cannot be overlooked. Buddhists often gather in meditation groups, temples, and retreats to support one another on their spiritual journeys. This shared experience fosters a sense of belonging and reinforces the understanding that while each individual is responsible for their path, they are also part of a larger community seeking the same truths. In the Sangha, teachings are shared, experiences are exchanged, and collective wisdom is cultivated. This communal support can provide encouragement and inspiration, helping individuals navigate the complexities of their spiritual paths without the need for a central divine figure. As our world becomes increasingly complex and fast-paced, many individuals are turning to Buddhism for guidance. The teachings of mindfulness, compassion, and self-awareness resonate in an age where mental health and well-being are more important than ever. Buddhism offers practical tools to navigate the challenges of modern life, stress reduction techniques through meditation, ethical frameworks for living harmoniously with others, and insights into the nature of suffering that are both relevant and applicable today. The idea that happiness comes from within is a transformative concept that empowers people to take control of their lives, rather than relying on external factors, such as material possessions or societal approval. Buddhism encourages individuals to cultivate inner peace and resilience. In conclusion, the absence of a central God in Buddhism highlights a focus on personal growth and responsibility rather than external worship. For many, this unique perspective offers a different kind of spiritual experience, one that emphasizes the importance of understanding suffering and discovering ways to overcome it. The teachings of Buddhism invite us to explore our inner landscapes, uncovering the profound insights that lie within and illuminating a path of transformation that is deeply enriching. This exploration of Buddhism reveals a spiritual journey that transcends the limitations of conventional beliefs. It demonstrates that, ultimately, the quest for meaning and fulfillment lies within each of us. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey through Buddhist beliefs. If you found this video enlightening, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the fascinating world of spirituality and philosophy.